I'm streaming.
Go to.
Hello guys, I'm the writer. Nice to meet you. A lot of people have been asking me questions about who am I, what do I do? Well, do a lot of historian work. There's a lot of things that we perform, we do, and when we go and continue from that route, we continue on further and further. So the whole entire trip has finally showed up. I'm leaving physically tomorrow. It is crazy. Level 48, level 37, and we have season 48. So level 48 is going to be there, but they're going a lot earlier than me. I do level 37. Level 37 is all historian work, the different types of work that I perform. So there's going to be paranormal. I did not know that there's going to be paranormal, so that's the big kicker. There are 28 talking brains. Talking brains is just a way of, it's a metaphor for different types of information. And you all know that my Dr. J is going to show up. Woot woot, I'm excited. So I cannot wait to see him. Not only that, you also have John Wayne Gacy, Jake Bird, and Andrew Borden. Yes, they're going to be there. I know, it's insane, but I love it. So with all this being said, we have different things going on. There's different types. And yes, welcome to my kitchen. Like I said, I leave tomorrow. It's going to be huge big break in the cases. So where I'm going, there's a guy stuck inside I can't say it's a box. I'm not sure. I have to physically go and check it out. But the guy either refuses to get out or he's actually stuck. No one knows. So when we have different things going on, so everyone keeps asking me, what about the video you posted? Well, the video that I did post through my camera is Amy. Now you guys heard, I've heard this woman so many times, I don't know. Now you know. I have been at war with her for 7 years now. But yeah, she's been around for a lot of reasons for different things. Yes, that is actually her on the right side of the box. She was wearing this Victorian ivory dress. It looked like it was cost a fortune, but I mean, back in Victorian times, you never know. So with all this being said and done, that is her. Yes, you already know about the whole Bagans thing and all that stuff. I don't even care what happens to him. I'm sorry. Whatever Amy wants, Amy's gonna get. What can I tell you? So with the cases, it's gonna be a huge break in the case. I don't know if you remember this game, but Clue, yes, definitely Clue. Clue is gonna be performed. Clue is going to be done. So you all know Daniel Marcus. Daniel Marcus is going to be there, obviously, my man. Beryllium. Oh, you guys are going to love Beryllium. Beryllium is amazing at what he does. There are going to be different and multiple portals. Yes, I am going to shut them down. All of them. And I'm going to finally meet Mathers. Mathers is going to be a huge break in the case. Huge. Not only that, you're also going to meet Scuba Steve. Yes, Scuba Steve is going to be there as well. And I get to finally meet a lot of people. And you always know, different places. Everyone keeps asking me Silent Hill. Silent Hill is actually a real place. It's actually real. It's actually located in Pennsylvania. But Silent Hill is going to be far worse. You actually need a lot of gear and you need air tanks. If you don't have air tanks, you're going to die. Because the whole place is filled with poison. It's like radioactive, but 10 times worse. So we also, like I said, we also going to be doing a lot of activities. There's going to be huge in the case. Like, Dr. J is going to be helping me with a lot of things. I'm excited to see Dr. J. I'm excited for season 48. Level 37 has a lot of different types of historian work. That's why it's called ARCHPARA the writer. Archaeology and paranormal. Now, I'm really not big into the paranormal routes unless you do them right. So with all the paranormal routes, there's different levels for it. People keep asking, well, what's all these different levels? It depends on what you're doing paranormal wise. Like if you're just doing it just to get answers, voices, information. There's different types of information. So like names, like who lived here. When you're doing paranormal, you're supposed to do the historical background. Because those locations are history. It's all abandoned, it's historical. You never know. So that's why for level 37, we create a whole entire layout, entire mapping. We go deep into the history. We go deep into the people. And when we go deep into the people, I'm the one there, only one. So I'm going to do a rope reenactment. Yes, no safety, no harness, no nothing. I know it's crazy, but that is part of level 37. I also have a lot of other levels that need to be done. But I'm not going far into them because they're just a waste of my time. That's why I'm sticking with level 37. It's the best field and I will never regret it. In order for you to get into level 37, you need a lot of recommendations, a lot of references, a lot of referrals. Not only do you need referrals, but you need at least 248. References, you need at least 139. You need a lot more than that, actually, because you have to travel around the world. You need at least 1,786 locations that you've been to. And you have to have them all down your resume. I know, it's crazy, but that's for level 37. So it's for archaeology, it's all paranormal. I've been actually huge into the paranormal. And the website, yes, I've been having a lot of comments about the website. A lot of it. The only reason why it's like that is because I want people to know who and what I am. If they want more answers and more questions, well, here you go. Here are the answers. I've been so busy, I've been caught up, and I've been dealing with a lot of Amy's stuff, but, what can you do? And not only that, there's just so much going on. The whole pandemic thing, we're all in it together. We're trying to figure things out. We're trying to get through it. And I know it's probably like a little bit of a playback. Oh, God. At least it's just an introduction video. Nothing too crazy. With all this being said, there's a whole lot of information. And I want to save the rest of it for the best for last. And yes, you've all seen my little outfit I'm wearing for all the guys. That's right. There's actually a few cowboys there. And I'm actually well surprised. And I'm actually going to be staying at a haunted hotel. I did not know it was haunted. But hey, at least I actually get to meet a few crawlers there. A few crawlers actually are being well presented. And the way that they work and operate is that you have to feed them the way that they deserve to be fed. You have to treat them the way they deserve to be treated. If you don't know their treatment style, you don't know the way they're being fed, then you cannot or will not pursue because you don't know their background. That's the reason why I get by with a lot of things, because I know their background. I do the historical work. I debunk their main profile. Well, are crawlers really, for example, animals? I don't know. You gotta look. Are they humanoids? I don't know. You gotta look. That's the whole point. Because all these answers and questions and how people treat things and treat people, you have to look into the background. And that's why I'm far open-minded, and a lot of people don't like me because of that reason. And when you're too open-minded, that means you give an open and more knowledge. So you rather take more knowledge in, and when you pass it on, those people do get mad because you're giving them information that they did not know about or they consider as a hoax. Well, it can go both ways. It can either be beneficial or it could just be, well, it's a folklore. Well, how do you know? You have to go check it out for yourself. That's why I've done all these routes, because I figured if I showed people, even historians or archaeologists, there's way more to what history and paranormal give us. And that's why I have been around for so long. I did the second wave of fame, just like my Dr. J did. I'm sorry, I had to go with him. And the second wave of fame that things performed, it just gave me a different view of everything. You have to understand the point of view from everyone's perspective. You have to get your point of view across other people's perspective. And that's why I remained hidden for such a long time, because I did work with a few paranormal investigators through historians. Not only that, I've also, yes, the wheel and pana devices, yes, they are back in business. The wheel and pana are back. Not only are they back, but they're actually going to be more operated, more different. And then you have Santos. Santos is also back. I love Santos. He's funny. There's a lot of people and things I miss working with it. It's just so many things that I just didn't want to pursue because it either was beneficial or just made things worse. So when you have technology and equipment, you have to limit your equipment. Because a lot of the equipment, well, can get destroyed or it can have effects, whether they are beneficial or they are bad. No one really knows. So when you are doing things for archaeology or paranormal, always dig into the routes. Now with these locations, clue is going to be informed, clue is going to be done, clue is going to be performed, and you're looking at the girl, the butler. It's about two brothers. They actually, well, someone was the murderer. And who really did it? Was it the two brothers that were an accomplice, or just one of them murdered the other? That's the whole point. See, when you do archaeology and paranormal, you have to make entertainment. You have to make it fun. So if you want the real answer, you have to do blackmail. Blackmail is not easy. It's difficult. It can't be done all the time. But if you have the main answers and the main clues, you have the main everything, that's why you have to play the games. When you look around you, it's nothing but a game. You're playing their game without you realizing it. That's why these cases are severe and you have to look deep into the history. That's one thing a lot of historians do, but they ignore the religion side sometimes. And that's why I go focus more on the religion. That's why I love the religion side. But I also love more of the open world view. The world view is about their perspective. Did it really happen? How? Where? When? If so, how are you going to know? So when you know, you have to do the theory. You have to actually do theory testings. That's why the rope reenactment is a theory. Well, was the guy really pushed off? I don't know. Did he jump off? Who knows? That's why when you're doing any type of paranormal, you have to understand that you can't have your emotions involved. When you have your emotions involved, it's a mind trick. That's how they trick you. They play a game. So in order to win, you either fight it or go along with it. How do you think I've been dealing with Amy? I've been pretty much fighting her shenanigans, but at the same time, I've been going with my own flow and her getting bored of it. Duh. That's how I've been winning so far. I know, kind of cheap route, but hey. But not only that, there's just so many people that want the work. They want more information. They want to learn. Even through paranormal, they want to learn. Even if they're demonic or not, they still want to learn. You know, they observe you, they watch you, they go, what is this guy doing? What's he up to? You know, they get curious. Curiosity kills the cat, but their satisfaction brings them back. So when we do rope reenactments or any type of reenactment, that's why I do historical reenactments. I do cosplay, I do a lot of things, and that's why my Dr. J comes in. My Dr. J does the historical photos, and you have to go into the timeline. So for example, let's say that you're going into a Western area. Well, in order to be, knowledgeable and you want to learn more, dress like a cowboy. You get all the women, you get the feel, you get to be like, oh wow, I'm a cowboy, I get all the women. Oh, well, I'm a cowboy, I get a lot of beer. I get money, I get to find gold. So when you do that, you feel like you're in the time era. That's why I wear so many different outfits, so many costumes, because I do cosplay, but I also want to look good for my Dr. J. That's just me. And that's why I have so many issues with paranormal investigators, because they don't follow that line. Even if they want help or information, you pass it on. They either accept it or they deny it. I mean, what can you do? So, you can either help or just good luck. And with season 48, season 48 is a big deal. That's close to season 50. Oh, I'm getting too old, but hey, you know what? I love it. I love everything. There's so many cases. John Wayne Gacy's getting his revenge. Jake Bird's going to be able to chop and break things down for me. It just makes it a little bit easier, but not only am I understanding them, but I'm actually understanding their life. You know, were they guilty? Were they really guilty? Were they really innocent? You know, and I'm getting information from different parties, like 4, 5, 6, 7 parties instead of going with 3 parties. So I'm doing all of that. That's why I kind of hid for so long, because I did a second wave of fame. And the second wave of fame really kicked off, just like my Dr. J's did. So you have to realize, you know, we're old school people. Just because there's religion or false tales like these things called rakes or, you know, siren head. I mean, all that stuff is interesting. You know, I like to observe to see, you know, more theories about that. Siren head's really real. Well, where was the last sighting? You know, that's just me. I like to actually debunk specific things. If so, well, let's do it. So that's my field. That's what I do. That's where I go. That's how I perform things. And I don't always just do paranormal. That's why it says ARC. ARC is archaeology. So Siren Head is not really paranormal. It's historical work, because it was actually created by Canada. So when you look at the history, it's either real or false. So that's why people go like, oh, no, it's like, you think of like World of Warcraft. First off, it had nothing to do with World of Warcraft. I don't even play the game. But when you look at so many things, that's why it's called ARCHPARA, the Writer's Journey. You don't have to be huge into history, but it's nice to know that there's someone out there that's willing to change and accept things for who and what they are. That's why I treat paranormal completely different. I'm not an Ike man. I don't provoke. I only ask questions, or if I have information, those paranormal can tell me if it's real or not. Because in order to know if something's true, that's your answer. The paranormal knows the answer. Like, for example, who pulled horses back in World War II? Oh, the Germans did. Oh, okay. Well, so the Americans. Oh, okay, that's my answer. Both. And when you do history work, you go in archaeology, hey, the answer is both. The guy was right. You know, he wasn't telling a lie, he was telling the truth. But you never go against it, because they lived it, they knew about it, they knew about everything. Like how we knew about 9/11. We lived it, right? So when people, you know, in the future is going to be asking us about it, we can give the answer, yeah, it was tragic. So that it's just a time loop. It's just a time loop. That's all it is. It's just a different generation, probably the same, you know, events, probably different in a way, but same events. So many things are going on, you know. And that's why a lot of people don't understand where I come from or who I am. But that's why the website is how it is, because I want people to understand. Not only do they understand, but I want them to know and understand that they cannot and should not be doing it. It's because if you don't have the help, then ask for it. If you don't have the information, well, then ask for the information. It's just a way to prepare you for your journey. If you are a paranormal investigator, prepare yourself. You don't know what you're encountering. You don't know where you're going. You don't know the place. You don't know if it's crumbling inside and out, or if it's molding, or, you know, rusting inside. You don't know. That's why I always have maps and locations and layouts and everything. That's my level 37. That's why people keep asking, what is level 37? What is it? Well, level 37 is difficult. Because not only do you have to have facts, but a lot of the facts that have been given out for years can be biased. Bias means it can be false. So when you have someone telling you an academic view, it could be false, it could be true, you don't know. That's why level 37s were rebellion. We rebel against a lot of things. We stick to them, but we rebel. And that's why I do it. I want to know the information myself. If I want to know who really pulled wagons or anything, I want to know. So that's why I have, a little bit of the paranormal side working. I have a little bit of archaeology working. And if you know how to do both, then do both. If it's your field, then do it. But archaeology, you're there as a team. You're not there just by yourself. Unless you want to be, then go ahead. By all means, go ahead. But it's better to work in a team. That's why I am who I am. I am a mom, obviously. But overall, we... Yes, thank you. Yes, I try the best I can. I try. But, whatever is going on in the real world between me or, Frodo Baggins or, Isaac Baggins, I didn't know half of the locations he went to were actually the places he was actually famous for. And with that being famous, he didn't know that there was actually more to those places. And these owners that I'm talking to are actually thinking about bringing him back. It's crazy, because if he's back, it means he's in my live broadcast. Just going to say it out loud. So I cannot confirm or deny anything. It's up to the owners. They're the ones that want to call him. They can call him. If not, then, oh well, it's all good for me. I'd rather take all the credit anyway, and if he was there rubbing his face to go, ha ha, ha ha, that's just a little bit of me. I like a little bit of a, in your face moment. But, overall, I like to have fun in the investigations. They're all, let's see what's, entertaining. Like I said, Clue. Yes, I'm going to throw it out there. It's going to be a Clue game on the butler. Everyone else is Mrs. Scarlet or Colonel Mustard or Professor Plum, Mrs. White. Oh, it's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be fun. Hopefully I will be able to get to do that case, because with the pandemic, they're starting to shut things down again, which sucks. But it's a pandemic. What can you do? But that video, yes, that is Amy on the right side of the box. She actually is moving. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that part. She is who she is. I will never physically change a person or any type of paranormal. I will never physically change of who they are or what they are. I am accepting for what she has done to herself. I am accepting for what has been done. I am also accepting for what people do now. And as much as it sucks, but for my route, I have way more cases to worry about. And I just have to accept things for what they are. And you just have to keep moving forward. And that is why it's really difficult, because there's cases going on now that I want to do, but I can't because of the pandemic. And the pandemic is pretty much cock blocking me from going anywhere. And with the airlines, they're blocking me too. Good thing I'm not the only one. Because if I was, I don't know how I manage. But I do. But also want to add in, before I actually end the video, oh my goodness, 25 minutes, Jesus. I am the writer. You know what I do. You know how I do things. There's so many more cases that I love to do. And like I said, Clue is one of my favorite board games and movie with Tim Curry. Like I said, if you're going to be a paranormal, just please do the right route. Just do it right. Do your history first. Even if you're not a historian, at least you're preparing yourself. That's how I do it. That's how I get by. And I'm bringing back the wheel and pawn devices, and they're going to be amazing. I'm bringing back a lot of things. And with everything going on, as an historian, it's just so much, because I'm also, like I said, I'm a mom, and I get by with certain things every day. And with everything, changing, updating, adding on, it just makes it harder during a pandemic. And thank you for saying I'm doing a good job. I know, I try. But I also try to keep things as real as possible. And everything I do is live broadcasted. I am going to try and do a whole entire different way of a live broadcast, because if I can, it will make things easier. It'll make things better. Make things, make you understand, wow, that is something I've never ever seen before. So that's why when you see the videos about the introduction videos about the cases, because all those paranormal are going to be in it. Now, a lot of you have heard about Peggy from Zach Bagans' museum. Oh, wonderful Peggy. You do realize that her name is actually Sarah, right? Yes, the reason how I know that is because of Amy. Amy promised her a throne and queen and power and everything, because you know how like some spirits are just power hungry. They promise other things is more power. It's all stupid stuff, but you kind of try not to laugh at it, because there is no such thing as immortality. There never was, and they never will be. So with all that information going on, yes, she wants to encounter me because I found Mathers. Mathers was a man that never loved Amy. After Amy had her third child, I believe it was postpartum depression. And I think after everything that's been going on in her life, she actually murdered her entire family. She actually hung herself right over the stairwell. And I actually lived in that house that she actually died in. And I'm actually very well known in that city, very well known. And I actually have the spare keys to one of the houses, and I also have the spare keys to the other house. And yes, there's actually people living in it, which I find hilarious, because I actually still have the spare keys. Like I said, if you want to go to the city, check out the house. I mean, you probably could. I'm not sure they're going to give you a grand tour or not. But there is actually a chest. There is a big chest that has every photograph of Amy in it. And the reason why I didn't take anything out of it is because if I did, the house itself would not be historical. The house itself would be, it's $500,000 in total, $500,000. That's how much the house costs to buy, to sell, or own. In general, like if you want to do a rent to own, that's how much it's going to cost. So with everything going on, the city is actually nice. I like the city. Amy was actually born and raised in Fall River, Mass. I went to Fall River. I lived in Fall River for a few years. But she lived right by Lizzie Borden's Maplecroft house, where Lizzie Borden actually died in, the Maplecroft one. I actually walked up and down that street every day. And I actually still had the spare keys to the Maplecroft because of the previous owner. She actually was my best friend, but she also modeled the house, and I actually still have the spare keys because of the animal traps. So if anyone gets themselves stuck in an animal trap, guess what? I have the spare key. You're going to have to call a locksmith. Either way, it works out, so I kind of get to laugh a little bit. But, no, I think that pretty much sums it up for now. I'm not going to give, like, any other... Oh, wait, no, there was one, actually. Yeah. So there is another location besides John Wayne Gacy's Revenge. But I'm not sure if you remember the guy named Bozo the Clown. Yes, Bozo the Clown was actually Gacy's best friend. Bozo and Pogo. You hear the ringing to it? That's right, they were actually best friends. But Gacy was actually innocent for a lot of crimes that Bozo actually committed. But Bozo threw me at the bus a few times. So the place that John Wayne Gacy is going to get his revenge at is actually at they're making a movie of it right now. They're actually over there right now making a movie. And I talked to the guy, and he told me, he'll give me a nice discount for it because they're actually making a movie. It's actually coming out next year, around Halloween time, if not summertime. I actually talked to one of the directors. They told me that they're going to be there for a certain amount of days because of the pandemic. So I'm not sure how certain things are going to work out, so I had to work things out with the director over there. But yeah, they're actually making a movie. I'm not sure what it's called. I do know that they're paying $600 per night and $600 or more for different types of rooms, because where the film is actually going to be made at is actually in those rooms. And actually, the place was actually sold to new owners earlier this year. And like I said, that's actually where Bozo was actually buried at. And Bozo actually haunts that location. Because before, if I remember, it was supposed to be a prison or a kind of like a prison ground, kind of. But they decided to turn something else inside instead, but there's a lot of people actually buried there. But that's where Bozo actually was killed at. He was actually shot there a few times by a few people. And those people actually tracked down Bozo. And John Wayne Gacy was actually innocent for a lot of things. And that's also my job at Level 37. It's my job to make sure that they're really information, like they're facts. John Wayne Gacy was actually innocent for a lot of crimes Bozo actually committed. Those are actually facts. It actually is true. That's my job. I actually help the paranormal clear their name. Because I made Andrew Borden, Lizzie Borden's father, he's actually 100,000 times richer because I cleared his name. His reputation went down. His name was soiled. Everyone accused him of so many things. Even Zach did it too. Zach Bagans actually accused him for a lot of things as well. It never happened. A lot of things about Andrew Borden never happened. The main person that actually murdered Andrew Borden was John Ross, Amy's husband. They actually murdered Andrew Borden. They were actually behind his death because of how much money he had. Andrew Borden was one of the richest men in Fall River. John Ross won his business because John Ross was actually let go because Andrew fired him because he was trying to steal money. So what do you call that? Revenge. Even though Lizzie Borden did it, but John Ross is the one that gave her the idea. Those are facts. Those are connections, because when you look at the map, it's a triangle. So that's how you know it's a huge connection. And when you have all that, you knew something isn't right. There's something wrong with the picture. So history tells a darker story than what you see. That's why it's called ARCHPARA, the writer's journey. You're on my journey. Whether you're physically here or not, if you're behind a screen or something. So that is pretty much how and what I do. I clear their names. I make sure that their facts and information is correct. I work, and I do work with paranormal. I actually work alongside them. So that's why I have the website the way it is, because I want people to understand not to copy me. Because with the mask off, the paranormal knows what I look like. For historians, not much. That's why I cover the face. Because I want the paranormal to know that I'm there trying to clear their name. I'm there trying to clear people's names, like actual historians' names. I'm here to clear different aspects that happened or did not happen. When someone was blamed for something, you kind of make them look like a monster. They're not really a monster. That's how you made the world look at them. See, that it's a different side of view. That's why I do Level 37. That's why, when you have an open mind and you have all the religions, you have different types of, people telling you, oh, it's God's words, it's God. That's fine. But we're all made in His image. Even the paranormal is made in His image. That's what some people tend to forget, and that's what makes me mad sometimes. So for this place, rope reenactment, 3 spirits, John Wayne Gacy, Jake Bird, Andrew Borden, and we obviously have my Dr. J, and I'll have Scuba Steve, and I found Mathers. Yes, you can track down paranormal pretty easily if you know how to do it. So Mathers is going to be telling his side of the story, so it's very easy to know, it's very easy to tell. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up and post it for anyone that wants to watch it. But yes, that is Amy on the right side of the box. She devoured so much power. She indulged in it. She wants it. She's going to get it. There's not much I can say or do about that. All I can do is get inside to the Dubik box. There's actually a hidden compartment inside the Dubik box. There actually is. I actually have the spare key. Let me see if I can find the spare key to it. Yeah. This is actually that's the spare key to the Dubik box. When you have the spare key, you know what to do with it. Now this spare key goes into anywhere. That's the actual hidden compartment key. And that's one thing nobody knew about. That's when you do the whole entire historical. But with the historical reenactments, they can be dangerous. So when you have specific things, different reasons, you're going to be fine. So always remember, do the historical reenactments, do everything, and just make sure you do the actual historical background. So I can obtain spare keys in case of location. I can obtain any other information that needs to be done. That's why I do level 37. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. And I appreciate everything. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe in the pandemic. Bye.